Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Hello. It's Corrine. How are you? Happy Monday. And welcome today to my live. It's live at noon. And basically, our topic for today, we're going to be talking about tracking and managing like business expenses efficiently. And I'm going to definitely in this live, I'm going to go over all the importance of tracking expenses, like the tools to use and the methods for efficient expense management, and like the best practices to help you stay on top of your finances. So I'm going to give everybody time to come on live. If you don't know who I am, I'm Corrine. I'm the owner of Faith Accounting Consulting Services. I'm a mom of four. I love what I do. I love helping small business owners, mompreneurs, create an accounting system that works for them, where they understand it so they can use this tool to help them grow their business and, be on top of the cash flow that they need so they can, have a nice life. Not even a nice business, a successful business, but make sure that the life is sustainable and easy peasy, and basically keep the overwhelm. Like, we don't want you overwhelmed about accounting. You didn't go to school for accounting. I did. We just want you to be able to do what you want to do in your business, focus on what you started the business for, and we help you manage that. Like, if you come on my live, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. I might be here for 15 minutes, 20 minutes every Monday, but basically just help you get what you need, and you can use it for yourself and use it for your business. And then if you also ever need any extra help, I'm always here to help. Just one DM away, one email away to help you. So let's start basically going like manage his expenses. I know like it's very crucial for like maintaining the profits in your business. So I'm going to definitely, like I said, cover the importance of tracking expenses. And those tools are definitely going to be the ones that we're going to focus on, and the methods. We're all probably all going to know what the tools are. So if you are on my IG right now, you can definitely hop in and throw in the comments what those tools are going to be, even prior to me talking about it. But let's start discussing why it's important to track and manage your business expense. Like, I always feel like the why is more important before we even go over the practices. So number one is financial clarity. So you want accurate expenses tracking so it provides like a clear picture of your financial health. This is going to help you understand where your money is going and identify areas where you can cut costs. Raise your hand or just, press like or do a heart or whatever. If you have ran your business and you really don't even know what you're spending on, like you're just paying. Just money just going out. And you don't really know what you're spending on. You just know your business is doing what it got to do and you're just spending. Like, it's a lot of spending, a lot of money going out. And we all know that whole thing. It takes money to make money, but it does make sense to know what money you're spending to make this money. The next thing will be budgeting. So by keeping track of your expenses, you can create like a more accurate budget and financial projections. So this will like enable better financial planning and resource allocation. So basically, when you are tracking your expenses, now you can use the expenses you're tracking to create like a budget for the next 3 months, the next year, or the next 5 years. At least you can see like, okay, if you are like if you're a baker, you're gonna know I need this amount of food to make one cake, or I need this amount of ingredients. So you can budget how much you're gonna need, and then you can also help create like a nice price for when you're the price that you're gonna sell that cake for. So you want to be able to create this budget by tracking your expenses. So the first thing you want to do is track your expenses before you even create the budget. The next thing is, this is going to help with tax preparation. So like your properly tracked expenses are essential for like accurate tax reporting and claiming deductions. So this is going to help you avoid like potential penalties and ensure you take advantage of all the available tax benefits. Because if you are tracking all the expenses that you literally did for your business, the IRS, no one can tell you that you can't take it. The state can't tell you that you can't take that expense. Like, if it was for your business, for your business. I don't care if you took the kids of your clients to Chuck E. Cheese. It was a business expense. It was something you did for your business. So as long as you can track it, say what it was for, this is something you did for your business, and you tracked it and did what you had to do, and you made sure you kept all the receipts, the reasons, and all that stuff put away in your digital or your storage, wherever you're going to do that. That's what you're going to make sure you're doing. Next thing is cash flow management. So monitoring expenses help you manage your cash flow more effectively. So this ensures that you have enough liquidity to cover your operational needs. So you want to make sure whatever your expenses, the ones that are actually the ones that are recurring, like any of your vendors or your contractors, your employees who you're paying every month, your rent, you want to make sure that you're bringing enough income throughout the year, throughout the month, or whenever you're going to have to make that next payment. It's enough to cover it. So that's why you want to track your expenses to know how much money you're going to need to pay whoever you need to pay. Okay. So, hey everyone. I have a question already. Hey. Okay, I'm going to reach out to you. Hey, honey. Does it have to be cash receipt or on your debit card? So you can keep, it's good to keep your receipts. If you have it on your debit card, it's also great. But I always tell people, like, it's good to have the receipts as well. Like, I would just store it, take a picture of your receipts and have it. Because, for instance, if you're buying things from stores like Walmart or things like that have multiple reasons, like what you can purchase from there, you want to make sure you have that receipt in hand as well, so you can prove what it is. So you always want to have backups. Okay. Now let's go to some key steps and tools for efficient expenses. Okay, great. Using accounting software. So you want to invest in a reliable accounting software like QuickBooks, Xero, or FreshBooks, because these tools are going to automate your expense tracking and categorize your expenses and generate your financial reports. So when I say automate, when you are working with QuickBooks or Xero, they're going to tend to, when you're working like the first few months or whatever, when you're entering your categories or doing whatever the information that you're putting in, say for instance, we all have bank fees. If you keep on putting the bank fees in QuickBooks and you say bank fees from Chase or whatever, it's going to automatically be able to enter that into your QuickBooks or your Xero for you every month. So that's one transaction you do not need to worry about. But if you have other transactions, like if you have an email with G Suites or whatever, those transactions that are reoccurring all the time, QuickBooks and Xero has a function or feature where they can create rules, and you create that rule to automatically take that all the time and categorize where it needs to go. So that's going to automate that for you. And also the other thing is it's automatically pulling the data over from your bank accounts over to the software. So that's the automation that we're looking for. You don't want to have to take transactions, go to your bank, export it and import it into whatever system you are. This is what this does. And that's normally what we kind of do when we're using spreadsheets. You're taking it from your bank, and then you're going in and you're writing out, oh, this is what I spent on this. So this is where the automation part comes from. It automatically is connected to your bank account and it automatically comes into your software. Then from there, when it comes to categorizing, you can automatically create all these rules. So automation is key when it comes down to categorize your expenses. The next thing you're going to want to do is implement a receipt management system. So you can also use apps like Expensify or Shoebox to digitize and organize your receipts. It makes it easier to track your expenses and reduce the risk of losing important documents. If you are an Apple user like me or have an Apple phone, you can also just take a picture of your transactions and then create like a whole folder or a photo album of your receipts as well. Because the thing I like about Apple is that it does it searches pictures now and documents, so you can like have it all searched and stuff like that. But these apps are great to have. But if you're on a budget, I will always give you the other way, which would be Apple. Another good feature about QuickBooks is that QuickBooks also has that feature too, where you can take a picture and have the receipts also organized in their system as well. And then they'll also match it to any transaction that does come in through your debit card or credit card. So that's also a good plus as well with that software. The next thing would be separate business and personal finances. So you want to maintain separate bank accounts and credit cards for business and personal use. This simplifies expense tracking and ensures your business finances are not mixed with personal transactions. You do not want to use your personal card you don't use your personal credit card or debit card to buy stuff for your business. I mean, if it comes to a point where you might need to use your personal, maybe these is not enough funds in the business, your best bet is to transfer the money over to your business account and then use the business account to purchase the transactions or whatever like that. If you do use your personal transaction, like your personal credit cards or debit cards, you want to make sure right away that you are documenting those transactions and bringing it over into your accounting system and marketing off. That's what you want to do. If you already are doing that, if you already are like having a commingling of funds, you want to stop that right away. That's it to say. There's also some legal things, but I'm not a lawyer, so we'll save it for the lawyer to talk about why you don't want to mix your personal and your business together. The next thing is regularly review your expenses. You want to set aside time each week or month to review your expenses because you want to look for patterns and you want to identify like unnecessary costs and make adjustments as needed. Like for instance, I just did my transactions this morning and I'm looking at certain things and I'm like, why am I being charged for this? So I just booked a call with whoever I think it was whoever it was. I booked a call with them. I'm like, I don't know why I'm being charged. Let's speak about this. So I was able to catch that right away. Like it was only like one charge. And I'm like, wait, I'm not supposed to be charged. So I booked the call and then we'll see what happens. But at least I'm able to catch it right away and it doesn't build up to like 6-7 months. And now I just wasted $700 or $800 on something that I never really needed to be charged for. So that's a good reason why you want to regularly review your expenses, because you want to avoid paying for things you don't need to pay for. And then the next thing is, I don't care if it's just one of you in your office or two or three. It's so small. Why do I need to do this? You want to create an expense policy. So you want to establish clear policies for your business expenses, including like spending limits, approval process, and reimbursements procedures. This is to ensure consistency and accountability. I definitely want to make sure that my S Corps know about this and my corporations, that you guys are definitely creating this, because there's a lot of things you can do with this if you create your policies. It's called the accountability plan. You want to create your accountability plan because you can be using it for your home expenses. Like you can create an accountability plan where you can basically get reimbursed from the business for paying for your mortgage or paying for any utilities or anything like that. If you have a home office, this is even above just this random home office expenses that we can take as a sole proprietor. You're able to figure out how much the expenses are and then have the business reimburse you monthly. So this is one of those policies that you will be putting into place, expense policies. And then for, like I said, my S Corp and my corporations, it's called an accountability plan. This is something you want to start. I don't care if it's just yourself. You want to start it now, because as the business grows, you can add on to it. Okay. So I would love to hear questions and anyone about tracking and manage your business expenses. So whether you're a small business owner just looking to improve your financial practice, feel free to speak to me like back and forth in the chat. I can ask now. I do have a few questions that did come over when we posted on Friday what the topic was. So I will go in and start answering, pulling those up too. And everything. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, my first question is, what should I do if I realize I've been mixing personal and business expenses? So if you've been mixing personal business expenses, start by separating them immediately. So you want to open up a dedicated business bank account and credit card if you don't already have one. And you want to go through all your past transactions and categorize them correctly. And then move forward, ensure all business transactions are made through your business account. So basically, if you were paying stuff for your personal, you might want to make sure you bring them over to whatever software you're bringing and categorize it that this is paid through your personal. You want to determine if it's going to be a loan, a business contribution, or if you want to be reimbursed. You'll determine that as well as you're doing this categorization. If the business is booming, I would say take your money back and have it come right back over to you. That's what you're going to determine at this point if you were commingling or not doing it right at the first time. But that's one thing you want to do at this point. But the major thing is stop it. Don't do it anymore. If you do it one time, don't do it again. But just make sure you create those policies, like I said, and make sure you stick to it. My next question is, how often should I review my business expense? It's like I said, it's good practice to review your business expense at least once a month. I'm anal, I do weekly. And then regular reviews help you like stay on top of your finances. And like I said, it can help identify like any errors and like make any adjustments timely. So for a larger business, a weekly review might be more appropriate to ensure continuous oversight. Like I told you before, I don't know if I mentioned, I had a client that we did their reviews like monthly, and we were able to catch right away that someone was using their payroll account and writing fraudulent checks using the payroll account. But we were able to catch that right away because we're doing monthly reviews. Imagine if they waited like, I don't know, like I said, like 6 months, they would have probably spent like, they would have lost out at $70,000. Like, but those are things this is what you want to catch. You want to catch the fraud. You want to catch things that are probably like little tiny subscriptions, $7, $8 that just start, like Amazon always gets me, like those Amazon digital expenses that start popping up out of nowhere. You want to catch these things now before they start building up, because that's something you could have put into the business and, it'll be something better, help you do something more. Another question I have are, what are some common mistakes to avoid when managing business expense? So the most common mistakes include not keeping receipts, failing to categorize expenses properly. So I have people categorizing things in the wrong way. Like for instance, their rent might be with their cell phone, or they might actually put rent under an asset account. Now that's on the balance sheet. It's not your profit and loss. So then when your accountant goes and pulls your reports, it's not flowing on the right thing. So you want to just make sure you're categorizing all your expenses properly. Then the next thing, like I said, is mixing your personal and your business finances. We don't want to do that. And the next thing would be neglecting regular reviews. So to avoid these, like I said, implement a system to approach to like receipt management. Use that accounting software for like accurate categorization, and you want to keep your finances separate. You want to review your expenses regularly. I say if you're a beginner, I would do it weekly, and then once you get a hang of it, then you can move it to monthly and everything like that. But you want to start getting that system in place. You want to get everything in order. And everything like that. Like if you definitely need any assistance, like I always said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for a while until any other thing happens to me, but I'm definitely here. But thank you all for like joining us today to learn about like tracking and manage your business expenses efficiently. I just want you to remember that staying organized and being like proactive with your expenses is key to like maintaining a healthy financial state. So next week I'll be going live again, and I don't know what I'm covering as of right now. I will figure it out by the end of this week. But like until then, I want you to keep your finances in check and your business thriving. If you have any questions, you can always email me or send us. You can PM us in our inbox. We'll get back to you. You can always book a call. If you book a discovery call, like I always tell everyone, make sure you send me all your questions. I will come prepared with slideshows. We're going to treat this like you done paid for it. It's a free discovery call, but it doesn't matter. I want you to leave with all the information you need and more, because I want to make sure that you got what you came for. Like, I don't care. For me, I would do this for free. If I didn't have 4 kids at home in the house, I would do this for free. I love what I do. And I want to make sure all my small businesses out there has the resources that they need to compete with the big dogs, because of the fact that we are in the world of technology and the internet, and we're all competing on the same playing field. I just want us all to be on the same level. I left corporate America because I see that they spent lots of money in accounting departments like where I was. And the reason why they did that, because they knew that was the key to success for their business. So I want that for you guys as well. So I'm going to sign out now. If you have any questions, like I said, PM me. You can email us at hello@faithacs.com. That's our automated mailbox. You'll get an email so you can book a discovery call with us. But yeah. Oh, quick question before I sign out. What's considered personal from business if you work from home? what's considered personal from business. If you work from home or if you have a home office, like you should have a specific place in your home office, and then you'll determine how much of that area is used for your business. So, for instance, if you have just like a room, and maybe your room is 10 by 10, that's 100 square feet, and the house is 1,000 square feet, 10% of whatever you pay in your home would be considered considered you can write off on your under your business. So like if your rent is $1,000, you can write off $100 a month on your taxes and your utilities and your internet, your whatever you're using, heat, whatever you're using, even down to the alarm system, maintenance, repair, maintenance, all those things you would put into like one calculation and then take whatever the room is, the square footage would be of that space you're using. Okay. So I'm signing off, guys. Thank you, honey. Hit me up. I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram right now, and I'm signing out. Have a good one. Bye.